Hi, my name's Yasmin and I'm the DM.
Hi, my name is Samantha. I play Elora Greyvale and she is a sorceress from the province of Nephalia.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I play Ogvar Shawfort, a goat-herding, mushroom-seeking ranger from Kessig.
Hi, I'm Rick, and I play Otto, a spring sage from Hanweir sworn to the land, wandering the plain and setting wrongs to right with his ursine companion, Bojo.
Our druid had taken to the air in feathered form, but his flight was soon cut short by the sight of shimmering as the entire area was encased by an unknown magical aura. Unable to negate its effects, it was seemingly a case of the companions going it alone for the foreseeable, and prior to their trek up to the mine, some purchases were made in town to meet their minor needs. Leaving via Gatstav's north gate, they followed the trail upwards towards the mountain, noticing tracks and some blood spatter of those that had quite plainly passed previously as they approached the mine. As the inky black ingress into the rock face loomed large, and, after taking stock of their surroundings, the trio prepared themselves by taking a few personal precautions. As they finally proceeded forth, they found themselves in a cavern containing most of the mining paraphernalia that one would expect. But it was our suspicious sorceress that was once again the unfortunate target of trickery, as, for the second time in as many months, she found herself yet again in a super sticky predicament. As a side note for any who care, if Elora survives long enough, when she reaches the city of Thraben, she intends to seek trigger therapy for her mental anxieties over mining carts and mimics. Episode 175, Mine or Mayhem.
As you realise, oh shit, I'm stuck to the minecart, and can everyone please roll me initiative?
Oh, brilliant.
Fucking hell. God damn it. Okay, that's a 9 plus an 8 for a 17? Yeah, no, it's 17 for Aurora, yeah.
Okay.
God damn.
I've got a 6 plus a 10 for 16.
Okay, Opal with a 16.
And Otto has an 18 on the dice, plus 1 for 19.
Okay, sweet.
You have to cut your hand off now, really, aren't we? It's the only logical thing.
Well, at least it's only one finger I touched it with. It would have been middle finger.
Right, so you can still pick your nose after as well, then.
Just the mechanics.
Just giving it the middle finger.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Okay. So, Elora, you are stuck to the mimic.
Yeah,
and you are, well, grappled, essentially, now. You are stuck to it.
Right.
Okay, so top of the round is going to be...
Who leaves a bloody mimic in a mine, for goodness sake?
Otto. You're up.
Okay, you have to apologise. I have to apologise to you because I can't see the map well enough to be entirely sure. Can someone please put their finger on the mini that represents Otto? Because I can see which one it is. Oh,
It's the smallest one, which it should be the biggest one, to be fair.
Am I in reach of the mimic? It looks like there's a 5-foot gap in between us, unfortunately. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's a 5-foot gap, yeah.
Poo. Alright, well, I think the first thing Otto's going to do is cast an eye about and make sure nothing else is bloody moving.
I think Elora would have actually also said at this point, stuck to it. Oh my god, not again.
Yeah, okay, so Otto, you cast your eye about and you can't see anything else moving.
Okay. So assuming I have time to do this, I shall take a 5-foot step forward.
Yep.
Because I can't now do a full attack, I shall just satisfy myself by using a claw to try and swat this thing.
Did you say batisfy or satisfy?
Either, I mean, I guess. Batter. Unfortunately,
Okay, so yeah, sorry.
if I were to make an attack at that point, in theory, I would have, in theory, rolled a 1, which would be
Okay, yeah, so you try and swipe, and it's gloomy, it's dark, the shadows are playing quite heavily across the thing. You miss.
Yeah.
You catch
Yeah, I
hold
saw
of
that.
this kind of stopping, this backstop, which is behind the kind of where the mine track, where the carts on the mine track kind of stop against. You hit it and you tear it down, and it collapses in like a pile of wood and stuff as you do that. Is that the end of your turn?
That would be the end of Otto's turn, yes.
Okay, nice. So next up is the creature. So as you are stuck to this minecart, Elora,
Yes.
your finger is stuck, and the next thing that happens
Oh no.
is obviously you are grappled because you are stuck to it.
Oh yeah.
It drags you inside of itself. The stone which you thought was piled up crumples inside the minecart as it was clearly being held upwards. You are dragged inside the minecart as it scuttles off into the darkness.
Oh, I just want to go in the minecart again. Oh my
So-
god.
Could you pop Elora's mini on top of the minecart
Oh, no.
for starters?
Is this like feet up in the air?
No, just put a stood up on it. Just put a stood on it. Just make it easy.
Oh,
If you
God.
move Otto's mini kind of 5 foot closer as well, just to the next intersection. So Otto, you will get an attack of opportunity. So we'll deal with that first.
I shall take it. That's a bit better. 18 plus 14, 32.
Oh,
32, yeah, a 32 will definitely hit. Okay, yes, you hit it. Do you want to roll that damage, please?
Okay, so that's a 5 on the dice. So plus 9 is 14. Plus
14. Yeah,
there's an opportunity to grapple on a hit.
there is indeed.
So I might be able to save your ass again. Okay, gotta try.
really?
Yeah. I mean, you don't want me to. It's fine. Just say so now. You've got a moment.
Okay, so is that an opposed grapple check, is it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yes, it is. That's the answer.
Or have you got improved grapple?
I've got improved grapple, and I just rolled that nat 20 I've been waiting for.
Hey.
Hey!
Plus 9,
Okay.
which plus 19 might be 39.
Oh,
Yeah. So I think improved grapple, you get the grapple without the attack of opportunity anyways.
Yes, yeah.
Or the opposing. So yeah, you manage, as it begins to trundle and you hear the wheels begin to squeak as it begins to move. Otto, you leap in with this big bear paw. You claw into the back of the minecart, and your claws are able to kind of sink into the wood and kind of grip it in place as it's starting to try and pull and trundle off down the tracks. Okay, is that so? That is the end of the mimic's turn, and Ogvar, you're up next.
Okay, so
Christ, did everybody roll that high? I thought I rolled high.
Well, we had a 19, 18, 17, and 16.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Ogvar, all you've seen as this has happened is Elora's gone, oh shit, as she's been dragged inside the minecart,
true.
and her legs and arms have literally gone up in the air as she's been bodily dragged in, and all you can see is kind of like her legs and arms sticking out the top of the minecart.
Okay, so yeah, I think we will just go for 2 arrows straight at it.
Yeah, bam, bang. Okay,
Bang,
roll to
bang,
hit.
yeah. So we'll have 2 attacks. One is a nat 20,
Ooh, sweet.
Great.
and and the other one is, I should have really rolled them separately, but the other one's a 17. It's either going to be, if that was my second attack, that'd be a 27, my lesser BAB.
Does this count as
Hits.
shooting into combat?
No, because
I do have precise shot, which nullifies that.
so what I'm going to say is it's not really shooting into combat because you haven't got, you're inside the mimic,
Yeah.
so you're not being grappled by it.
Am
so
I fully engulfed by it?
yeah, you are. So basically, you've gone into the minecart. The rocks on the top, which were indeed rocks, they've almost kind of been, the mimic's been holding it up so it looks like it's piled rock.
Right, yeah.
And the rocks have collapsed inwards, and this minecart's quite deep, and you've been dragged inside the minecart.
Right.
So both those shots will hit Ogvar.
Okay, do you want me to try and confirm critical?
Yes, sorry, confirm
Yes,
critical.
please do.
Do you want me to take this at my first BAB or my second BAB?
First BAB.
22.
22, yeah, that confirms critical.
Cool, so that's crit. So
So-
crit's going to be, it's a ×3 weapon,
Yeah.
so it's 3 times base damage plus a roll.
It's 3 times your max damage, isn't it?
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
8, 16,
24.
24, 24 plus
Plus any mods.
plus 1, 25,
25.
plus a 1, 26 on the first attack.
Nice.
26,
And
sweet.
then the next one is just a straight roll, which I somehow managed to miss a dice tray with. Which is a 3, which make it a 4. 29? 25? Yeah,
Yep.
29 points of piercing damage, please.
Nice.
Okay, sweet, yeah.
Thud.
Very good.
Yeah, you land these 2 heavy blows, and yeah, they've done some serious impact and some serious damage to this thing. As it kind of, the wheels squeak in protest.
If Elora could see this, she'd be really impressed, but she can't.
So yeah, no, you're not. So Elora, you are fully grappled.
Yeah.
Does the grappling remove your invisibility? Because you've stuck to
No.
it because it's adhesive, so you are still invisible.
Yeah.
So nobody's seen Elora.
Oh, that's a very good point.
It's a good point.
Yes, but I think she would have. I think she.
If you've shouted
You would have
and the
already
minecart's
rolled.
moved,
Yes,
then
I did.
yeah. I mean, if you've shouted the minecart's moved, then yeah, I think Otto
Yeah, if
would
it
have gone.
swallows
Yeah.
me, I'm going to like you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Okay. Actually, no. Because let me think about that. Because it does matter that you're invisible. Because if they haven't seen, well, mind you, if you've stuck to it. Okay, yeah, no, we'll carry on. We'll carry on here. So yeah, you're still invisible. So nobody actually saw Laura go arms and legs out into the minecart.
No.
Okay, what are you doing? You're grappled.
I have a spell prepped.
You do.
I'm just checking. It says, oh yeah, it's verbal, somatic, and material. But I've got the material element upon my person. It is verbal, it is somatic. I'm assuming that I can still.
You're
move to
grappled,
some
not
degree.
restrained.
Yeah. So I can just let rip with a lightning bolt, which will do 2 things. It will cast the lightning bolt, which she will maximise,
Okay.
which she can do once a day, and it also then makes her visible.
Okay.
So
I kind
It
of have
is
bad news for you,
ten-
Sam, if you're trying that.
oh, do you? Why?
So, can I just, point of order, can I just ask if she is considered to be grappled or pinned or is engulfed separate?
Grappled.
Okay.
Grappled.
So you may cast a spell if provided the caster with 1 action, standard action or less, as no material component has no somatic components in materials at hand. Anything that requires care is impossible, and you must make a concentration check or lose a spell. So somatic,
Okay.
it does have somatic components.
It does have a somatic component, right? Okay, so I can't cast lightning bolt. So what I can do is I can try and cast some. If I can find another spell that I've got, I'll cast something else, which will dissipate the lightning bolt. I'll just lose that spell,
Yeah.
but it will cast something else. If I've got something that doesn't have a somatic component, and I'm not sure, I'm just going to need to take a moment to see whether.
Okay, cool, that's fine.
Just bear with me because I'm not sure I have one that is verbal only, to be fair. No. Okay, I have no spells that aren't somatic, that don't involve somatic components. So I can't cast. I'm still hanging on to lightning bolt because I can't cast it or
Yep.
replace it. There's nothing I can do at this point. Can I attempt to break the grapple? I'm not going to be able to manage it. I know. But
Yeah, so that's an opposed strength check, is it, Rick?
Yeah. I mean, you've got your grapple check.
Invisible then.
You've got your grapple modifier on the age. Use that. on your character sheet.
Yeah. So yeah, so make me an opposed grapple check. So on your character sheet you should have grapple by your base attack bonus.
Yep, just looking for that. Grapple. Okay, so roll a d20 plus that, okay. It's a 17 plus a 6 for a 23, which
Not
is
as good as
awesome.
a 29.
No, I didn't expect
good.
to beat it, but it wasn't a bad effort, was it?
Good, yeah.
Let me just see whether she's going to maintain this. Bear with me. Can I? Yes. She's going to. Can I dismiss the invisibility because it's pointless maintaining?
Yeah, I think it would have dismissed when with the grapple.
Oh,
Also,
so
yeah, I
just
think yeah,
disrupted
because
it.
yeah.
Okay, fine. I won't make an opposed check on that or whatever. I will just allow that to dismiss.
Okay.
Yep, that's it. And that's all that Elora can do at this stage.
Okay, so that's all you're going to do. Right, I'm going to fix something here because I forgot to roll the damage of the grapple check, which you would have taken when you were grappled.
Okay.
So you take 5 points of damage
Okay.
as you were grappled.
Okie
Okay. And we're back to the top of the round. So, Rick, Otto, what are you doing?
Because this bastard's trying to get away, Otto's determined not to let it. So he's going to. We're going to try and pin the thing, which is another opposed
Okay.
grapple check. And
Right.
if this works, it is pinned instead of just grappled. What's the odds of that? Apparently, I'm allowed to grapple things at will now. This is a nat 20. Again, I'm not kidding.
Jesus Christ.
39.
Yeah,
Awesome.
no, it's definitely not going to beat that. So yeah, you pin it.
Where do
So
you
what
think
was the
you're
effects of
going?
pinning? What are the effects of pinning, Rick?
Okay, so if it's pinned, they're immobile. They're -4
Yep.
against AC against all opponents, and because they're grappled, they lose any dex bonuses anyway. So essentially, in order to move from pinned to grappled to try and get out, they have to make a separate attempt as well. So it's like an extra level of grapple added on. I also do deal damage equal to my normal attack, I believe, which should be another 17 damage. Hi.
Yeah, okay. So as you move into pin it, Rick, pin it, Otto, you get your big bare paws and you kind of almost you've got one hooked in already, but you put one paw down on the side of it, another paw you lift it out and put it on the side of it, and you just begin to kind of crush it into the floor to stop it from moving.
Why is the bear not stuck to it?
Because he grappled it first.
He might well be, but you've got to consider this thing. We've all heard the quote, I'm not stuck in a room with you, you're stuck in here with me. Well,
Yeah.
this is.
And Elora's just stuck, so she's cool with that.
So you lift, you place the one paw which you've got free on the side of the cart. You remove the other paw and place it on the other side of the cart as you begin to pin it down. And with your immense weight on top of it, you hear the creaking and groaning sounds as the wheels underneath begin to protest severely. As they buckle, the wheels buckle, your weight comes down on it, and the entire minecart / mimic explodes as your weight crushes it into pieces. As you kill it.
Hey!
Awesome.
And you are now out of combat. Elora, you are still stuck to stuff. It's adhesive.
Stuck to bits.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got a bit of ore stuck to one hand and a bit of, I don't know, ore or cog or something stuck to the other, and I'm shaking my hands going, God, I hate minecarts. I have such a bad history with these things.
You're welcome.
Doesn't look pleasant, Elora.
Oh, I don't know what happened there. Oh my God. Thank you, whoever that was. Thank you.
Are you going to put that down, or are you just going to sticky
Well,
bug.
I don't know. Can you pull this off me or something? It's stuck to me. I can't get it. She's going to put her hand down and she's going to use her boot to stamp on this piece of cog or metal or whatever is stuck to her hand, and she's going to try and wrench her hand off it.
Okay. Yeah, you have to spend a little time trying to get yourself unstuck. It's kind of halfway successful, halfway not.
Yeah, she's going to take a minute or two to just recenter herself and straighten out her cloak and be a bit huffy and generally just pissed off, I think. Undignified.
I think there's something I have to try here. Remember that Otto hasn't really eaten very much for a lot of years.
God.
At all. It's only recently started eating it. So now he's very curious about how certain things might taste.
Oh, God.
I'm wondering if this is a little bit like chewing gum or something. But nonetheless, he's going to reach down and he's going to take a piece of chewy cog or something and, yes, see if it, see how it tastes.
I think Elora would just look at him with a horrified expression. This is going to be like a child with a lamppost or an icicle in the winter, isn't it? It's just going to stick to his tongue. Window licker. Are you allowed to say that?
Well, you
I've
just
said it,
did.
it's out there
So,
Yeah, it's out there now, isn't it?
okay, yeah. So you start chewing on it, and it's. I mean, I don't know. It tastes like chicken.
Oh, God.
Actually,
It's
that's
the old
quite...
go-to, isn't it? Tastes like chicken.
I think Otto would quite enjoy that, and he might help you getting the rest of this muck off of you.
Yeah, it's okay. So you spent some time crunching down on Mimic, which I don't see how
chicken
it's
flavoured
tasty,
chewing gum.
but pop off. Lovely. Okay. So yeah. You're gonna you help clean Elora off. You have some chicken flavoured chewing gum. And
That's a whole new range from Bisto to come out next, isn't it?
Hey, if it's a product idea, I put it out there, right?
I think Greg should have it as a new line. What do you reckon?
And
They're welcome to it. Yeah.
yeah. What are you doing now?
I don't know
How
about
dark
you,
is
but
it in here?
It's gloomy.
Okay, so we don't...
You've got this bright shaft of light kind of illuminating across the centre of the room, basically pretty much where all your characters are put at the moment from the outside, and then the rest of the room is just kind of half light.
Yeah. I think Ogvar will, being as when Otto's licking Elora.
Grim.
That's a statement.
Yeah, it had to be said there, didn't it?
God.
Ogvar will...
That's an only fan site,
Oh,
surely.
God.
Only
Ogvar
thanks.
will light a lantern and provide some illumination.
Somebody please give us some illumination.
Yeah, you light up a lantern and you're able to see the room a bit better. It's yeah, you can see clearly now the gloom is gone. Okay, yeah, and yeah, you're in this room. You're not seeing a lot more than you've already seen.
Yeah. You can just see the minecart track disappearing off further into the cave. Okay.
I am highly suspicious of anything that's in here, so I think you will see Otto just pad around and swatting anything that might possibly be a mimic, which means everything, pretty much.
Paranoid party now.
Okay, yeah, you do that. You
Less
destroy a
paranoid,
load of
more looking
stuff.
for food.
This is where Elora just levitates her way through everything and doesn't touch anything.
Okay, you destroy a load of stuff. There's wood splinters and shrapnel everywhere.
And the beasts did it.
Nice.
That's okay. So I see
take it
one
that-
way out of this room, yeah?
Yep, and that is straight ahead, basically. The mine where the mine track runs.
So if you are, unless you've got anything else to do, if you've been very patiently waiting for Otto to finish swatting things, he will, if you'd like, resume the lead and wander in when you're
Oh
ready.
yeah,
with your
Elora's.
light.
Yeah, I mean Elora's going at the back now.
Yeah, that is. So
Assuming
it
the
is a
position.
5. Yeah. So at this point, the tunnel narrows down to a 5-foot wide section,
Oh,
and it is very dark ahead of you.
can we see if it opens up at the other side of this?
Yeah, can Ogvar sort of shine the light through and see what we can see?
You cannot see anything,
Even with the light?
even with the light. It is dark.
Oh, God.
Right.
Shit.
Unnaturally dark? Would it be as dark as, say, the top floor of a lighthouse?
Can't
You
imagine
might
with me.
equate it to that level of darkness, yeah.
Oh no, this is where Galop Booth suddenly pops up again, isn't it?
Ta-da. Ooh, don't give me ideas.
Oh no. Orland would just hate that. That would really trigger the bag, wouldn't it?
So,
That's okay.
Ogvar will turn round.
Stick a light spell on him and just throw him ahead of you every few paces.
Ogvar will sort of be shine the lantern in and go, Elora and Otto.
Yeah.
It seems to be very dark in there. A sort of darkness that my lantern doesn't illuminate. If you catch what I'm saying.
Yeah. We've seen this one before, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Oh, God. Oh,
Have we?
right, okay. We had this incident way back when we were in Dranau, way before we met you, and we had to go do a task for the local community. The lighthouse light had gone out. We made our way up the lighthouse, and we got to the top floor of the lighthouse, and it was magical darkness up there. It was a frustrating problem. But what was worse is that when we all ended up in the magical darkness, again, I'm not going into details, we all ended up in this area, and suddenly we arrived in some chamber. It was like we ended up miles away. When we came out of this chamber with these cultists in it, when we eventually made our way out, we were miles away, days away from Dranau. We ended up in the, what was it, the mire?
The Drunken Mire.
The Drunken Mire. We were days away from where we'd left. I can't explain it. It was all very strange. But this is uncomfortable. What does anyone want to do?
Well, I'm a little bit lacking with the magic. Is there anything you can do? Can you dispel it? Can you? I don't know.
I can't dispel magic, unfortunately.
Can I try something?
You can. Anybody with an idea, go right ahead.
Can I take your lamp for a moment? And he'll sort of just very carefully try to... It'll probably take him a few attempts to try and get hold of the handle of it alone. If you can pass it
So
to
you're
him.
going to rub it and wait
In
for
bear
it-
form.
Rub it and wait for
Yes,
the genie to come
definitely still in bear form, absolutely. And he's just gonna,
Okay, yeah. I'll help.
That's very kind, thank you. And he's just going to extend his hand into the darkness to see if it does sort of swallow up the lantern or whether it does still illuminate some.
Okay, you extend your hand into the darkness, and yeah, you lose your hand. Figuratively.
out. He just can't see his hand.
As soon as you can't see there's no light, can't see his hand or his paw.
Well, if I
Right.
give you that back, then...
Thank you.
Elora got an idea?
Yeah.
Hello.
Elora is going to cast. She's going to move past everybody so that she's got a clear line of sight, and she's going to cast Flare. She's just going to cast it up to 10 feet into the darkness to see whether or not she can feel whether her spell's been extinguished. Obviously, she won't be able to see it, but it is magic. Can she tell whether her spell would be extinguished when it went through this as well as not being able to see it? Presumably she would have a connection to this magic, so she would feel that if it had failed in some way.
No, so you cast your spell, and you cast Flare into the darkness, and your spell goes off, you just can't see anything.
Okay. My spell was still active. So, yes, that's magical darkness. I think we can be sure of that. But it doesn't seem to quash any magical effects.
Well, this might not be the best idea, but it is an idea. We don't know how far that magical darkness goes.
No.
It might be 10 foot deep, it might be 110 foot deep.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing these, points at the tracks on the floor, lead further into the mine. So if you can't see it, you might be able to feel your way in. And what if one person goes in with a way of pulling them back out with a bit of rope?
How wide is the tunnel?
It's 5 foot wide.
You know what, Val? You might be onto something there. The other thing is, along the wall here, there is ropes looped. So it's almost like...
Okay, I will clarify that. The bit you are stood at the entrance into this room is 5 foot wide.
There are ropes attached to the wall, which, if you look back, in theory, these should continue because they hang lanterns and stuff on them as they go along, so they're anchored to the wall. You could hold the rope, and you can also feel your way by holding a rope, so you know where the wall is, maybe. And you've got the tracks as well, potentially. Depends on whether the tunnel gets wider.
Yes.
But you could at least hang. You know that you can hang onto the wall. You can hang onto a rope, I guess.
If you stand on the tracks, you know you're not falling down a hole.
No, that's also true.
Let's say we go in, someone goes in 20 foot.
Well,
Hand it out on the rope, and once we get to the end of it, then we'll know whether we're through or not.
well, it's not like we can jump on board a mine cart and go down the tracks, is it?
Well,
Because
it'd be a
there
good idea,
doesn't
wouldn't
seem to be one there. I think that's as good an idea as any. Who wants to volunteer to follow the tracks and possibly hold the rope as far as they can? Perhaps both.
Well, we need someone strong at the end to pull whoever goes in back out.
Yeah, that's true.
That'll be me.
I guess I'm the lightest person.
But
Okay,
also
well,
the most squishy.
Well, yeah, probably. I mean, that
Cast
wasn't very
mage armour on
helpful.
yourself, you'll got a bit of extra protection there, haven't you?
Well, I
know.
have got a spell that I'm holding. So if I were to be attacked, I've got something I can let off, and well, hopefully I can tug on the rope, or you can hear something and pull me back. I'm willing to do it. Reluctantly, I'm willing to do it.
Are you sure? I don't mind, but if you
I'm not sure, no, but I will.
Okay,
If you were
Ogvar
to
gets the
not
rope
kind of-
out and starts tying it round Elora's middle.
Okay.
If Olkvar was to, when she's sort of fully wrapped up, was to get a bow ready and point it down there, we could have a system whereby she screams, I pull on the rope, and you start firing arrows into the darkness. How does that sound?
Oh,
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
oh God! I hope I can dodge them.
It'll be fine.
I'll
Yeah.
be coming back out looking like a sea urchin.
Don't worry. Mostly sea
It
urchins
sounds-
lose their spines after attacks.
This plan seems foolproof. I can't see anything going wrong.
What could go wrong? Yeah.
So,
Fucking hell.
We're only
once you have a rope
sending
tied round
someone
you,
into a... We're only sending someone into magical darkness, firing blind into it if they get attacked, and relying that we can pull them out.
perfect.
Oh,
Classic.
God. Sacrificial lamb.
I shall pick up the other end of the rope in my mouth.
Oh, Jesus. Right, okay.
Ogvar will sort of like loop it round, like give a bit in your mouth, but then also sort of like tie it round so it's like over your
Yeah.
bare shoulders.
Okay.
So hopefully that leaves us about 20 to 30 feet of rope to play with.
Yeah, we'll say 30 foot. Make it interesting.
Or we could,
Okay.
we could sit you on the end of the extended ladder and just...
Just so you know, if you scream, all I'm going to do is run out to the entrance. We're carrying the rope.
Water skiing on land behind the bear.
That's a particularly good thing, though. It's actually, you could use that as a weapon, couldn't you? You just stand there, you could have a foe in front of you, just say, extend, what was it, 200 feet? Swap straight in the stomach and shoot them 200 feet.
That's assuming that it
Awesome.
moves and you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're also assuming if we did that with you in the mine that there's not going to be a solid stone wall 20 foot in front of you.
Just end up, you've got chalk, you can draw around me, can't you, on the wall?
Yeah.
Elora
give us
was
a go.
here.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Be
Keep
good.
giving us this stuff.
we good.
Yeah.
What are you doing then?
Oh God. Oh my God.
So remember, Elora, follow the tracks on the floor.
Oh my God.
All the ropes on the
Along
wall.
The tracks.
Go along.
All the ropes on the wall.
Right. She's carefully shuffling her feet so that they're touching the rails of the track as she moves forward. So she's walking a bit like she shit her pants, to be fair.
Fair enough.
Alvaro shouting, Elora, it's very important. Keep talking. If you go quiet, we know something's wrong because, well, you're normally talking.
Well, fuck
This
you.
does feel like a little bit we're going on a
That's
fishing
it, keep
trip
talking,
using
that's
Laura's
good.
bait.
It comes back out the darkness. Fuck you.
Excellent.
I think she's all right at the moment.
Okay, so Elora, are you following the wall or following the ropes on the wall, or are you following the track?
I'm going to try and follow the tracks with my feet, just inside of the tracks, but I'm also holding on with one hand to the rope lightly,
Okay,
because she doesn't know whether the rim's going to widen, so
Okay.
she'll do that until something changes.
right. On the map, you move 5 foot into the doorway. So, yeah, if you could,
5 foot at a time.
yeah. Okay. If we could leave the piece of paper where it is, because it's dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
So at that point, you lose the rope on the wall
Okay.
as it moves out to your left, and you get the distinct feeling this room has opened up slightly on the left-hand side, but you cannot tell how far it has opened up.
Okay.
Are you continuing forwards?
Yes.
Can you hear anything?
Steadily. And I am talking to them, just going, okay, well, I'm going to move another 5 feet now.
Okay, so you move another 5 foot forwards. If we leave the paper where it is, because obviously you can't see. So if you just
Okay.
move 5 foot forwards, there we go.
Sorry.
Yep. Your feet are still on the track. You have lost the wall on your right hand side as well.
Okay.
You stand in the middle of pitch blackness. The only thing you can feel, the tracks under your feet.
Okay.
Are you continuing forwards?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've got to get through this somehow.
Okay. So you continue forwards another 5 foot. One towards me and then one towards your right. There we go. Okay. The track here has curved slightly, heading towards your right. As you follow the track round, you are now in the middle of pitch black. Pure darkness all around you. You cannot see a thing. Okay. Is there anything you want to do at this point?
I'm just going to call back and say, right, okay, I've lost the wall on my right-hand side, so I can't hold the rope anymore. I can still feel the tracks, but there seems to be I'm detecting a slight curve to the right in the tracks, just very slightly.
Okay.
Okay, are you happy?
I can't hear you. You'll have to speak up.
Are you comfortable with where you are, Elora?
Well, none of this is comfortable, but I'm okay at the moment.
Okay.
No, fuck.
So,
She's grinning again.
the first one was a nat 20.
Oh, what?
Does an 18 hit your AC?
No!
Okay.
No, it actually doesn't.
So, on this occasion, no confirmed critical.
Oh, thank God for that.
As you will take... Okay. You take 1 point of damage. No, hang on. No, 5 points of damage, sorry.
I prefer the one.
You take 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And it will then use 20. That's not going to hit. As something from the darkness above you drops,
Oh,
slamming into you. You feel ropey tentacles attempt to start wrapping around your body.
shit.
However, they are unable. Actually, you are flat-footed. What is your flat-footed AC?
Bollocks. Oh my God. What, flat-footed or touch?
Flat-footed.
It's a 10. It's a flat 10.
With your mage armor.
Oh. No, it would be a 16.
Okay, so the critical would have hit.
Bollocks.
Okay, so the critical would have hit, so it would have been a 4, 4, 8, So that would be 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
9 points. So
And then-
I've taken off 5, so I need to take off another 4.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the grapple would have also hit in that case. So as you feel something from above you drops down, smashing into you, you then feel ropey tentacles begin to wrap around your body as you are grappled. It is grappling your head. Your head and your neck are being wrapped tight. And with a successful grapple check, it will also deal 5 points of damage as it begins to constrict around your neck. And could you please pop that on top of Elora, or by Elora, or on Elora?
Awesome.
Sorry.
Well, that's just great.
As your entire head is consumed and you are grappled and
Consumed?
restricted.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, it's wrapped around the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. She's having a good day.
And we will
She's getting a chemical peel.
roll initiative, everyone, please. That good, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, Elora has an 8 plus an 8 for a 16.
Okay.
Alvar's rolled his third nat one of the day,
No.
Yikes.
which puts us at a massive 7.
Jesus Christ.
Awesome.
Otto,
17 on the dice plus 1, so 18.
18. Sweet. Okay. As we begin combat, the creature is up first. As it has you grappled and tied up, and it is then going to. Well, it's going to constrict you even further. So as it begins to constrict you again, cutting off your breath, you will take another 1 plus 1, no, 4, 1. Another 5 points of damage as it begins to start choking you out. Next up in the round is Otto.
Not aware that anything's going on yet, he's going to ready an action, as he basically had before, to, if he gets any sign that Elora's in trouble and or she shouts for help, he's simply, with the rope in his mouth, going to charge at his maximum speed out through the mine entrance.
Okay, that's what you do, Otto. So next up is Elora. It's even darker than it was before now.
Right. I am grappled, but this thing is constricting me around my neck and my head.
Yeah, it's around your neck and head. It's constricting. So the
my
grapple,
arms are free.
the grapple has ended. It is now constricting.
Right.
Yeah, your arms
but
are free.
my arms are free, so
Yeah, your arms
therefore
are
I
free.
can do.
Your arms are free. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. What am I going to do? She is going to cast. She knows. She can figure out roughly how far she's travelled in there, can't she? In her head, she knows roughly.
Yeah,
how far.
you reckon you've travelled roughly about 15 foot.
Right. She is going to cast Dimension Door, and she's going to take herself back about 20 feet-ish. 25 feet.
Okay. Okay, so you cast Dimension Door.
Yeah, so I'm going to take this fucker with me. Whatever it is.
You step through Dimension Door. The rope is cut. Otto, you feel the rope go slack.
Okay.
So at that point, what would you be doing? Because you've obviously prepared an action. The rope, something has changed on the end of the rope.
My lightning bolt has dropped.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about
But
Otto.
no, that's
yeah.
right, I'm just saying my lightning bolt's dropped, so that spell's gone.
The simple truth is, the ready action won't go off because it's not been triggered, so he'd be standing there dumbly until his next turn, not knowing any better.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, and Elora, you dimension door out of there. You appear behind Otto and Ogvar, flailing as you stumble out of your dimension door. As I'm assuming both of you would turn to look at her because obviously she's just appeared and what the fuck was that?
Well, you'd hear the tearing space open kind of.
Yeah, you see Elora tumble out, grappling with what looks to be a large black squid surrounding her head.
Yeah, I think she'd be rolling around on the floor.
Yeah, it's what appears to be a large black squid, coiled around her head. And that is the end of her turn. So, last up in the round is Ogvar.
Looking down. Oh, I'm not shooting at that. Would be the initial thought. So, I think Ogvar will attempt to lever it off.
Yes, you're going to try and grapple it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, okay, so make me an... so pose grapple, that... Attempting to grapple provokes an attack of opportunity, doesn't it? But it's currently grappling someone else. So yeah, just roll me straight a grapple check against its grapple check, I guess.
12 and a 9 for a 21.
Nice.
Beats it with a 19, yeah.
Hey.
Beats it. So you begin to grab it and you begin to start pulling it off of Elora.
Okay,
And that is your full turn?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course, how grappling works, but
Yeah, pretty much. You've grabbed hold of it. It's a full round attack, I think,
yeah,
grappling. So
just trying to give Elora a bit of air.
yeah, I just imagine you've got on the floor and you're grabbing it and you've got your feet on Elora's shoulders and you're trying to pull it off. You hear the sound of suckers and as it's suckered onto like Elora's skin. Okay, end
Right,
of the
then I
round.
got the load of red rings. I'm going to look like an octopus is attacked.
Okay, so end of the round. It's the creature's turn. It is going to attempt to escape your grapple. Ogvar, so it's going to do a opposed grapple check with a 16 to
I've
beat.
got to roll again.
Yeah, you've got to roll.
What if it's exactly 16 as well? 7 and a 9.
Isn't it close on beats?
Pose check, so if it's a tie, then you make another grapple check. Start
Yeah.
again.
Yep.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never done that
Because
one.
they're opposing checks. You're going tete-a-tete. I think it's going to fuck on this one. Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What did you roll?
The fourth nat one of the test.
No! For one second there, I thought, oh shit, it's not going to work because it rolled a 3.
Oh my
I thought there's no way.
couldn't even beat a 3. What's wrong with you?
Okay. So with that, the creature escapes your.
Thanks for coming today. It's really good to see you.
The creature escapes your grip, Ogvar, and it actually releases Elora as it basically scuttles off.
Somebody hit it.
As it kind of it spreads out, you see it's actually kind of it hasn't got tentacles. It's got like this kind of webbing between the tentacles, and as it kind of scuttles, you see it kind of hops almost, and the tentacles all spread out as it begins to a bit like a jellyfish kind of movement as it begins to fly up towards the ceiling.
Well, that's unnerving, isn't it?
And I
What,
don't
back
think
in the corridor or in where
up
we
to the
are?
ceiling where you are.
Ah, okay.
So I don't think anybody is in close enough range. Ogvar, you can make me an attack of opportunity on it. I think that's fair to say. As long as it's kind of like a melee, not ranged. So close combat.
Okay, yeah, I will. I'll say I'll do it with my dagger. I think it'll be the quickest thing to get out.
Yeah.
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 Oh, I've doubled a nat 1.
It's not going to hit, unfortunately.
It's 12.
I might get in that 20 by the time we finish today. You never know.
Yeah, no, it's not going to hit.
It's going up in increments.
As it disappears up into the ceiling, 30 foot upwards.
Okay.
And
30 feet up. Wow.
Shake my fist at it and go.
yeah, it flaps up to kind of 30 foot in towards the ceiling, into the gloom above you. And we'll go for another round. Otto, you're up next.
Going to ready an action that if this thing were to drop back down, I'm going to bite it and eat it and chew on it, all at the same time. And I might be just out of the corner of my mouth suggesting someone shoot that bloody thing.
Okay.
Is that a telepathic link from Elora?
Okay, Elora, you're up next.
Okay, I think the first thing Elora's going to be doing is holding her neck, rolling around, choking and coughing. I think from shock, I mean, she's had damage done to her, and the whole thing has been quite shocking, to be fair. So, is it above her on the ceiling? Directly above her?
Yeah, it's above you.
From her position, she wants to roll to the side as her movement
Okay.
for 10 feet.
Yep.
Just roll over like a bloody sausage. Face back upward and look at this thing. And I think she's going to cast... What is she going to cast? She's going to cast... She's going to cast a salt ray at it.
Okay.
So I do have to roll. There is a fortitude partial save for 16.
Okay.
So before I roll, if you want,
Yeah. Let's do that.
I've got a roll. So that's a d20 plus 9 to attack. 13.
So it rolled an 18 on the fortitude.
So it's past that. Okay, so it'd be half damage, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's right. It's 30 feet above, so it's well within the range with her 50 feet. She's rolled a 13 plus a 9 for a 22.
To hit? To hit?
Yeah, to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. She isn't maximising this one. She will just roll to hit. So what damage does it do?
You have to roll to hit it even after something that takes a save.
It's unusual. There are a
it's-
few
no,
spells
we
that do
just
it 2
did-
and 5.
Yeah.
We just did it the other way around.
Yeah,
What
you,
was roll
you
to
just
hit
flipped it
instead.
backwards for some
Oh,
reason. I'm
right,
not
So
sure
okay.
why.
it's half damage, basically. I'm just looking at what the damage is on it. Okay, it does 5d6 shredding damage, and it's saved its fort, so it's not stunned. The fort save was for it being
Okay, so
stunned.
roll
okay.
5d6.
5d6 then, so let's go for it. 3, 4, 5 dice. Come on, make it good, she's pissed. She's not having a good day. 5, 6, that's 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's 19 points of damage
Okay.
to whatever the hell this thing is.
As you cast your spell upwards, you release this ray, this
Yeah, the hand turns up and it comes out from her upturned palm, but it comes out of her fingers like a fine mist, if you like a shredding mist.
yeah.
Course.
It's basically kind of like salt granules. As you
Yeah.
cast them, blast them up towards the ceiling. Exactly, you salt bay it.
Yeah.
And you see this creature. It's hit by your ray, and then you start to see flutters of leathery kind of membrane and chunks begin to fall down from the ceilings. You've obliterated it.
Nice.
I think she would feel partially satisfied by that. I think she would feel a little bit absolved. She just lay there gasping. That would be her full turn, I think.
Okay, that's the end of combat.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh, bloody hell! What was that thing? It just dropped off the ceiling in the dark at me. God, I had no chance. Didn't see it coming. Bloody hell! God, this place is shit, isn't it?
That's good.
You're all right.
Yeah. It's just a bit of a shock. I mean, first a bloody minecart. Well, it wasn't a minecart, and now that. I mean, I must have got about 15 foot in. I'm sorry about your rope. We've only lost a bit of it. I had to get myself out of there.
Is the rope still attached to Elora, and then the other bit's still attached to...
Yes. Yeah, the dimension door basically cut it. It went schnick.
Okay.
Cut it.
Yeah, I must have gone about 15 foot in. I didn't get that far in. As I say, I lost the wall on the right hand side, and it kind of bent round to the right a bit, but I just need to get my breath. She rolls up and she's just on her hands and knees, just gasping a bit, just trying to recenter herself.
Yep. Okay, and as you kind of like turn to look inside the room, you can see that a little bit of the room, the darkness has lifted. About the first 10 foot of the room plus a little bit, it's on kind of like a funny angle. You can see that part of the room is illuminated now.
I wonder
I've
if
got.
there's more of these things and they're the ones making the darkness.
I might be able to do something about that. Now I know what we're dealing with. If this... Oh, God, hang on a minute, Buzz. Okay, fine.
Ogvar starts tying the bits of rope back together. How to then?
If I go down where it's lit, I'll try and clear them out with some fire or something. See if I can. Now I know there's something on the ceiling. I've got something to aim for. The only thing is, I'm not quite sure how high the ceiling goes. But if I cast it kind of upwards, it might work. Well, you'll know if it's worked because clearly, if you kill them, the light comes back up. It's them radiating the darkness. God knows what they are. Does anybody know what they are? Have anyone seen anything like this before?
Make me nature check if you're checking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We got a 9 plus 12 for a 21.
Okay.
Got a 15 plus 16 for 31.
Okay, yeah. Both of
Sorry,
you...
this is kind of my thing.
Yeah, I'll do 100%.
So both of you are able to recognise this creature, not so much from the remains because they are literally blasted into shreds, but from the quick glimpse you caught of it surrounding Elora's head, you would recognise that these are dark mantles, a creature that primarily lives in caves, tend to hang from the ceiling and drop on people and basically just smother them to death.
I have a new respect for the miners that were in here.
You think?
They must all be hard as nails.
Well, you'd have thought that Davy would have been happy to be out of here as opposed to be sat in a pub. I know where I'd rather be.
Damn
I
right.
could do with a drink right about now. And with that, she reaches for her water skin, looks at it quite sadly in a way, and just has a swig.
Yep. Okay.
Otto remains curious about the taste of certain things and will be chewing on pieces of dark mantle, although I expect it to be highly salty at this point.
It's very salty, yeah.
It's
Don't
more
tell
like
your
jerky.
cardiologist.
It's
Salty
more like
chicken.
dried jerky. Yeah. You could use it as dried trail rations now, probably.
Probably, yeah.
He'll go back and find some out chewing gum.
So what are you doing?
Okay, guys, what do you think? She
If
picks
it's
herself up off the floor by this stage.
if it's going to open
Dusts
up,
herself off.
do you want me to go first?
Well, do you want to be in the way of flame? Why don't I cast a distance and see if I can clear the ceiling off?
Okay, sounds good.
reasonable. Idea.
We'll know if it's worked, won't we? It'll either stay dark or it'll get lighter.
Go for it.
At least we know what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Anybody else got any ideas
Oh,
now?
no, that's the best one we've come up with so far.
Okay, so Elora will stand at the edge of the darkness
Okay.
and she will start by casting.
Fireball, fireball, fireball.
I think she was. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to get my screen up here. It's being annoying. Sorry. She's going to start by casting a scorching ray. Now she gets 3 rays, which I think she would just cast the one initially before moving forward to see what effect that had. So it is a roll to hit job. So she'll start with the first ray. So she'll stand there, hold her arm out and say, Incendio radium.
Where are you aiming?
All right, hang on a minute. No, wait. DM's doing something.
Well, I can't find Scorching Ray. What page references Scorching Ray?
Oh my god, I haven't got a page number on it. And I haven't got a book.
Google it.
Because it's not in here.
Are you looking for what targets are available? Yes.
Yeah.
It might be out of, I don't know whether it's in the player's handbook or the spell compendium or...
It doesn't say it needs to be a living target or anything like that, just close range.
Okay.
I've got
Effect,
the
one or
descriptor
more
'cause
rays,
I've attached
yeah.
that to...
Yeah, and usually it doesn't say like a living a target or anything like that.
Yeah, and again, the range is 50 feet.
Okay, range is 50 feet, that's fine. You can cast it, I'm just...
What level you cast that at?
Well, that's what I'm trying to think, yeah.
It says the rays may be fired at the same or different targets.
Yeah, no, what are you trying to cast at? The ceiling?
Yes,
Like, where
just
were you
generally
casting?
the ceiling. She's going to have a go at casting in the direction of the ceiling.
Well, yeah, that doesn't really work, because if you can't just say I'm casting at the ceiling. I need to
Need
know
to have a
where you're
target.
casting.
A little like
You've got to
firing a
give me
bow, you
targets,
need to know
you've
what
got
you're
to
shooting at.
Yeah, actually, no, because it says here each ray requires a ranged touch attack to hit.
Yeah, it does.
So
See,
sort of
the
thing
thing
you
is that you...
could maybe
It
shoot
says you
blind,
blast-
but it's going to be a very high miss
It do-
chance.
Yeah.
It does say
Yeah.
you blast your enemies with fiery rays. So it does say you're blasting enemies, but it doesn't say you can't.
No, but if you say, right, I'm going to shoot at the ceiling, it's like, well, what are you shooting at? Because if you're trying to, if you've kind of, and you have correctly assumed that this creature is creating the darkness, you're thinking there's another one there, it's a bit like battleships at the moment. You're trying to hit something, but you don't know where it is, but so you can't just say, I'm shooting at the ceiling,
Area effect
because
would be
it's a
better,
targeted
Yes.
spell. It's not an AoE, it's a targeted spell.
Okay, alright, fair enough. In that case, I've got nothing. Hang on. What does that one do? Hang on a minute. Yeah, that one isn't an AoE. What about that one? That one doesn't have an AoE. I've got nothing with an AoE, so I can't do anything. What does that do? No. No, I've got nothing. We'll backtrack on all of that then, I've got nothing.
Okay. Any ideas from Ogvar?
Could we? Okay.
Unless I can do that. It's alright, I'm just looking at something.
Could we go rummage through the outside bit, whether you said there was torches and flasks of oil and stuff like that, lob a few flasks of oil at the ceiling and then get something to light it?
You want to make a Molotov then with oil?
Pretty
then?
much, yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can spend some time doing that. You'll find rags, you'll find oil, you know, probably little, lanterns. You can chuck lanterns because the glass will smash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can very easily make up some Molotovs, yeah.
Okay. Is there anything that's coming to Ogvar's mind at the moment?
We've got some alchemist fire, but it's a splash weapon. Not ideal for that. We've got flash powder. What does that do?
Blinds
It's
things a little
magic
bit.
trick.
Light smoke distracts your opponents. No. Shock freeze. Oh, hang on. Has that got an AoE? No.
Would you like me to pretend to be bait for a little bit? And see if these things like the idea of eating bear? Because if they're going to wrap their way around my head, they're in for a very, very nasty surprise.
I mean, we could go for drawing them out and bringing them back out into this area where we can all have a go at them and try and clear them one by one that way.
Yeah.
I mean, it was unpleasant, but it worked. Yeah, I mean, that's one option, isn't it? I think we're going to have to tackle this head on. I don't think there's any easy way of doing this. Fire's always good, but then we're in a mine shaft, so, well, we're in a mine, so, you know, you've got to think about smoke inhalation and causing other things to combust, maybe. I don't know.
Can we smell any dangerous gases?
Yeah.
Okay, come on. Need a decision on what you're doing, guys.
Okay.
I can't think of anything else at the moment.
I am quite prepared to walk into this, and if I come out wearing something, then you know to hit it and not me, yeah?
Well, yeah, obviously. We'll do what we can to... Yeah.
Okay, so Otto, you're going to
I'm going to
squeeze through the
the
5-foot gap in your bear form.
Yep.
Okay, so you're going to come up to the edge of the darkness.
Yep. And I
Yep.
think I will just
Okay.
call up in common. Last chance. Either you make the darkness go away, or I'm going to make you go away. Just in case they can understand, I don't expect them to. And assuming
Okay.
they don't, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to wander into the darkness, looking up while I'm doing it, with my mouth open, ready to bite anything if it lands on me.
Okay, so you walk into the darkness. You're just steady pace, just following the track, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. So, yep, you get to where Elora was, and then you carry on going forwards. 5 foot, 10 foot, 15
I will be
foot.
making noises as I go forward so the others know that I'm okay.
And it is when you get to 20 foot, as you pass, following the tracks, and you basically hit the 20 foot marker, something drops on you from above.
Oh, surprise!
With a 11 to hit you, it's not going to hit.
No.
As we're not going to roll initiative, I'll just keep the previous initiative order in place. As it attempts to surprise you.
Okay.
And actually, you know what, Otto, if you roll me one more initiative, and if you beat it, we'll just switch
Makes
places.
sense. I've got a 4 in total, so probably not.
No. Okay, cool. So as it attempts to kind of smash into you, you're able to kind of just jerk your head away. You've almost kind of sensed it incoming with your kind of berry senses. And it's going to attempt to go for you again with a... Nope, not going to do it, with a 14 to hit. As that's its turn, and...
If I'm flat-footed, that would probably hit me. I have an AC of 15 at the moment.
No,
Flat-footed
so
armor class
it's
is
14.
14. Yeah, for flat-footed,
Okay.
14 will hit, yeah.
Okay, so it hits you, it deals 1d4, 1 plus 4, 5 points of damage to you.
Okay.
As it hits, and it then attempts to grapple you. With a 16 to grapple on a flat-footed.
That might not work. I rolled an 18 on the dice. And it's quite a bit higher than that.
No, so this isn't an opposed grapple check, sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry, what is it just trying to hit me?
So...
My
It
grapple
grapples
bonus
with a free action.
Yeah.
Oh, so free action, sorry, I can't read that. Yep. Oh no, so it is starting grapple. Grapple, free attack opportunity, then opposed. No, sorry, if that's an opposed grapple, then yeah, no, it won't grapple you. Yeah, sorry.
No, that's okay. So I just feel it trying to grapple me.
Yeah, you feel tentacles start to crawl around your head as it starts to try and grab hold of you. And you're up next.
Well, it's not like we don't know what its MO is, so...
Yeah. It's painful but not surprising. A bit like having a bucket of water dropped on your head when you're kind of expecting it. Okay. I'm going to try and just grab it with my claws then if it's there.
Okay, so
just-
you've got a 50% miss chance on concealment, so
Okay.
What's that,
Do you
what
want...
percentage?
50%.
50%.
Total
Yeah.
concealment, 50%.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just
Okay.
going to try grabbing it with... I'm going to go into a claw routine, so I'm going to roll just going to try and hit it basically, and then cause a grapple that way. I got a 19 on dice, so it will be a 33, so it's down to 50% mischance, I guess.
Yep.
Someone's been blessing this dice today, I swear. Okay, so do you want to roll the mischance?
So high as you hit, so you roll it.
Okay. Right, percentile dice incoming. I got a 13, so maybe not. I shall go for a second claw if that's the case.
Okay.
That's an 18 on the dice, so 37.
Would hit, yep. Mischance, high's good.
Let's try it again. So we've got to go high. That's a 24. So that's a miss.
Nope.
And we'll go for a bite, because why not at this stage?
Okay.
Roll the 3. So that is only in like an 11, I think, in total. Sorry, 12 in total, I think. Yeah, 12.
Does not hit.
I shall start swearing and alert them to the fact that I can't get hold of that bloody thing. And then that will be the end of my turn.
Okay, so hearing that, Elora and Ogvar, if you want to roll me initiative very quickly.
Yeah.
9 plus an 8 for a 17.
17.
6 and 9 for a 15.
Okay, so Elora, you're up first. So you hear Otto swearing, as clearly he's being. Something's happening. What are you doing?
What can I do?
You know, if you can't do anything, then you can't do anything. But
no, I don't think she can't go running into the darkness.
you could.
And well, not sensible. So he's a big boy. She'll give him a bit longer.
Okay, and Ogvar?
Point an arrow into the darkness and ready it.
Okay, cool.
Well, because I didn't have my bow and arrow out in the first place, so I'll just get it ready.
Okay, cool. So this creature, Otto, above you is going to much the same attempt to hit you again. With a 20 to hit, flat-footed.
That will definitely hit.
21 to hit, flat-footed. Cool. That is going to be 8 points of damage. It's then going to attempt to grapple you with a 9 on the grapple. Pretty sure you'll beat that.
Yep. Yeah, roll a 13.
Okay. Yep, so it's hit you again. Tempted to grapple again. You feel its tentacles kind of start to coil over you, but you're able to kind of shake your head and shake it off.
Can I let it grapple me? Can I let it grapple me?
If you want it to grapple you.
Yes, I would willingly fail that check. It just simplifies everything.
Okay, well it grapples you and then it starts to constrict. So with constriction it's going to deal 2 plus 4, 6 points of damage to you as it begins to constrict. And you're up.
Okay. So, with this thing now actually located and in place, I'm going to turn around as best I can.
Yep.
And I'm aware this may not be entirely accurate, but turn around, walk back the way I came, while trying to chew on this thing.
Okay.
He's gonna come.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
If that makes
begin
sense.
Walking.
Yeah.
Yep. What chewing are you doing?
Let's see. Well, not very much because I rolled a 3. Dice have run out of steam, so that's just a 12. That's another miss. Yes, it's got my mouth taped up, but at least I'm hoping I've walked back into the light, and hopefully they can see me at this stage.
Yeah.
By the way, that's the end of my turn.
Yeah. So you walk back into the light, and both of you, Ogvar and Elora, can see that Otto emerges with basically wrapped around his face.
Okay.
It's like the world's worst
So that
face
would.
pack, innit? Or...
So if you ready in action to shoot, if you saw it.
Yeah.
So you've seen it. You can shoot if you want. There will be a penalty disadvantage on it because he's wrapped on his face. So
That'd be shooting into combat.
yeah,
Shooting into your friend.
you're going to use a precise
I was
shot.
going
Check for
on
that.
the fact that I have the feet
Ow.
precise shot, which nullifies a -4 to shooting into combat.
Roll straight then.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hell. With the 17 hits, I rolled a 2 again.
17 hits.
Way!
You hit.
Well
Roll
done.
damage.
Thank God for that. Fires Give me 6 points of damage, please.
6 points of damage. Okay, yeah. You sink an arrow into it as it releases this weird kind of wee sound, and
Rowan?
its tentacles loosen and it falls off of Otto's face and lands on the floor, starfish style. Dead.
Nice.
And the darkness behind you, Otto, lifts entirely, revealing the room.
Oh.
Da, 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 da.
Stuck in a situation of much stickiness was not the lead Elora had been seeking. Stuck, swallowed and concealed as she was, her friends figured out what had happened. Otto, in his bear form, began to viciously wail on the wagon. It creaked before capitulating into a crushed and crumbled heap, spilling its load and the sorceress across the cavern floor, having been permanently derailed. Next came a foray into darkness, which delivered yet more misery in the form of strangulation, severed ropes, and a solid dose of bear bait. Feel free to join our heroes next week in episode 176.